Yeah, fine. All right, sure. So I'll get back to you on this later, right? I have a class right now, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah. Oh, hi guys. My name is Michelle, and I was actually having a conversation with my friend. We were toying with the idea of starting a new company. But these days, it's a jungle out there. Oh, not this jungle, but the jungle of the competitive business world. And if you want to stand out, then you surely need to master some workplace slang and idioms. And for that, stay tuned and learn with me. So guys, before we start this lesson, I want you to quickly jot down what I'm going to share with you. Jot down? What's jot down? Jot down means to quickly write down something. To write down something. So it often happens that you're at work and you quickly need to write down something. So you should always keep a paper and a pen handy at work and also when you're watching my lessons because you're going to have a lot to jot down. All right. So this lesson is essentially about my friend Ricky. Yeah, it's also about workplace idioms, but it's also about my friend Ricky. I want to tell you what happened with him. So since last week, he's been knocking on the doors. Well, that means that he's looking for employment. Right. So my friend has been knocking on the doors, which means he's been looking for employment, apparently because he's jobless. Why is he jobless? What happened with him? So Ricky's company, the previous company that he was working with, the XYZ company, sorry, I can't share the name. So that company was experiencing a downfall and they started laying off their employees, which means that they started terminating their employees. They put them out of the organization and they told them, we don't need you anymore. But why? Possibly because the company was, not able to afford their salary, right? So they started laying off employees, which means terminating employees. Right. So when the company started deciding to lay off employees, they had this list of their employees who were never on time. And the one on the top of the list was my friend Ricky because he was late to work 20 times in a month. Okay. So obviously when they had to let some people go, Ricky was on the top of the list, so they had to let him go. As you can see it here, this means that they asked him to leave the company. To ask someone to leave. Yeah, and as I told you in the beginning of the lesson that it's a jungle out there, which means that it's a competitive business world and it's very hard to bag a job to get a job. So that's why he's been knocking on the doors and now you know it. So it's a jungle out there refers to a competitive business world where it's very hard to find a job. Like if you lose something in a jungle, you surely can't find it. The same way if you lose a job these days, it's very hard to find it. All right. So, I want to wipe away my friend Ricky's tears. So very recently I had heard that there was a job opening in my own company, right? And Ricky was the first person that I told this to because he had been knocking on the doors for a very long time. So job opening means an available position in the company. An available position in the company. Right. So as soon as I heard that there was a job opening in my company, immediately I ringed up my friend Ricky and I told him, hey buddy, there's a job opening in my company. Would you like to apply? And obviously, he was just seeking for a job, so he quickly applied, okay? And he told me that please keep me in the loop about any update for that position. So in the loop means keep me informed. So he wants to be updated and informed that if someone else has been hired for that position or anything like that. So in the loop means to keep someone Informed. All right. There's also an opposite for this, and that is out of the loop, which means to not keep someone informed, right? So whenever you're at your workplace, you would surely like to be kept in the loop about any new formations or any new update. All right. Now coming back to Ricky, so he applied for this position, all right, for the new job opening, and finally he was called for the interview. Hooray! Yes. But as my friend Ricky is known for which he was laid off and for which his company let him go, he was again late and he could not make it into the interview at the correct time. So which means that he was late. And make it in means to arrive at office or at home or anywhere. To arrive somewhere in time. Right, so my poor friend Ricky could not make it in and he was late. So obviously, I had suggested him this job opening and he was late, so I quickly asked him. I said, what happened? Why couldn't you make it in? And he told me that he was thoroughly prepared for the interview, but he forgot his briefcase at home, all right? And then he was stuck in the elevator. And not only that, he also had a flat tire when he was coming to the company. So apparently, he said it's Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law means that anything that has to go wrong will go wrong. Anything that has to go wrong will go wrong. So even when he had completely prepared for the interview and he was really hoping to get that job, he couldn't make it in because of Murphy's Law, which means that he lost his, he missed his briefcase, he left it at home, and then he got stuck in the elevator. Whatever had to happen, happened, right? In response, I told him, be it Murphy's Law or whatever, my friend Ricky, it's going to be very hard for you to make a buck now. Like this. To make a buck means to earn a living for yourself. Which means to earn for your survival, to pay your utility bills and all the money that you need. All right. So I told my friend it's going to be very hard for you to make a buck. It's not only make a buck, you can also say to make an honest buck. All right. Now, because we are saying honest, this means something dishonest was happening for sure. So in this case, it means that someone was earning money illegally and now they started earning money legally. When that happens, for example, there was a person who was a criminal, all right? Maybe that person was locked up and then he got out of prison and started making some honest bucks, which means now he's earning money legally. So, to make an honest buck or to make honest bucks. So for my friend Ricky, it's going to be very hard to make a buck, but for many of you, you might already be making big bucks. Now, big buck means to earn a lot of money. If you are making big bucks, then please help my friend Ricky because he's in great need of help. To make big bucks means to earn a lot of money. Right, so these are the workplace idiom and slangs that we have learned today. As you can see, to jot something down means to write something. To knock on the doors means to look for a job, like my friend Ricky. To lay off means when the company is terminating employees and asking them to leave the company because they are not able to afford their salary. The next one that we have is to let someone go, which means to ask a person to leave the company. All right, then it's a jungle out there. As I told you, it's a very competitive business world. A job opening is when there's an available position in a company. And the next one is to be in the loop, means to keep someone informed about any new updates. The next one that we have is to make it in, which means to arrive somewhere very well on time, okay? The next one is Murphy's Law, which means anything that has to go wrong will go wrong. Alright, and the last one is to make a buck. Thank you so much for having me with you. I had a great time teaching you this lesson. I hope you had great fun as well. I'll come back soon again. Till then, you take care. Bye-bye.